The last game, Toledo minus 19.5 at home against Bowling Green at BetMGM. I won't go too much in this game because we'll have a lot up on it. I will say Bowling Green, 62% of their roster is freshmen. I mean, this is a complete rebuild for a team that was absolutely dreadful in every phase of the game. I think Toledo should be a little better. They have a three-way quarterback competition going on. Still haven't named who that starter will be. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, Eli Peters, I thought was the one that was going to get the job. I know he hasn't been named.
He should
yet.
be. He should.
Yeah, he's the one with the most experience. But we're talking Bowling Green, top to bottom. This is probably the worst team, worst team in the conference. 117th in success rate on offense, 120th in success rate on defense last year, and returning production. Both sides of the ball are below 50%. Bowling Green definitely is in the running for the worst team in the MAC this year. And Toledo, we got some change in the coordinator position. I don't think Jason Candle really liked what was going on the defensive side of the ball. We have co-defensive coordinators now. They return over 70% of their offense and defense. They need to improve on the defensive side of the ball. I power rate the game at 19, and it came out at 19. So there's no value so far in this game. But I will say this. It is the MAC, and people tend to steam numbers on favorites leading up. So if you like all these teams that we've talked about that are favorites going up against really bad teams, like if you like Toledo against Bowling Green, I would probably get it early. There's not going to be a lot of Bowling Green steam come on Wednesday. If you like Western Michigan against Akron and you want to take Akron, you might want to wait. Western Michigan is going to be the one to take all the money. These MAC games have, if you're new to this and you haven't bet the MAC before, this is some of the wildest point spread movement and total point spread movement you will ever see in your entire life. We're talking $1,000 bet can send a total from 52 to 62. Be patient, trust your numbers, realize when a stock is too high and realize when a stock is too low. But generally, favorites seem to take in a ton of money leading up to kick the first couple of, the few hours left before we start play.
Yeah, the last thing I'll say on the MAC is I think more so than other conferences, the lack of preparation, shortened spring, shortened summer, is going to hurt them more so than other conferences because this is a conference where you don't have a lot of depth, right? Like your second and third string guys, they're not highly recruited. You have a lot more walk-on, so player development time, reps is very important. So it's going to hurt these teams that are bringing like nothing. Bowling Green is 65% freshmen on the roster. I mean, and the Toledo run game should be dynamic again. I mean, there's no question about it. They should be able to run all over Bowling Green. You bring back, I mean, they might have, arguably, besides Buffalo, I guess, the best running back tandem in the conference. You have Seymour coming back and back, and then you have an offensive line that just mauled people in conference in run blocking. What were they, top 15 in almost every advanced run blocking metric. Pass blocking, not great, but they should be able to move the ball in Bowling Green. And something to keep in mind, Toledo, very disappointing year last year. They were picked to win the MAC West in the preseason poll for a reason. And they went 6-6 last year. That was the first time, I believe, don't quote me this, in 9 years that they didn't have a winning season. And it was the first time in 9 years that they didn't beat Bowling Green. Bowling Green shockingly upset them as 28-35 point underdogs? I forget what the spread was. It was a crazy upset. So if you think Toledo is back after a disappointing year, after an embarrassing loss to a team that's 20 miles south of them, and they want to take out their anger and keep their foot on the gas, could be the spot.